Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Beating the Odds. It is Sunday, November 3rd, 2024. We are back with our NFL best bets of the day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach, and welcome to Beating the Odds. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Like this video if you've been here for a minute. We had a nice winning day yesterday. Going after 15,000 subscribers. I'm excited to have y'all here. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. So to recap yesterday's results, we had a nice winning day yesterday. 4-2 in members only, so y'all can see it over my left shoulder here. 4-2 on members only. You'll love to see that. Only big loss we really had was Arkansas. I mean, that was just embarrassing. That was terrible. And then free picks, man, we had some really sharp plays in Minnesota and South Carolina that were wins. My homer picks, which I said yesterday were homer picks. Nebraska, my 6.5 L. I mean, Rayola gets hurt. And then Penn State, they should have won that game easily. And then we had some nice wins. I mean, it is wins. We had a good day yesterday overall. And we have today, guys, a massive slate. We're only doing the NFL today. All the other games are not appetizing. They don't have any good EV on them at all. But what we do have, though, is we have 5 NFL plays. We have 5 members only best bets in the NFL, which went 4-2 in the members only yesterday. You can get all our members only best bets at zdmbets.com/picks. Website is linked in the comments below. 5 picks, $65. Went 4-2 yesterday. You would have easily made your money back had you bet it, but don't miss out today. So let's jump into the plays that we have today. First play we're rolling with Jaguars plus 7.5 versus Eagles. Now this play, boy, it's disgusting. Oh my goodness. Betting against the Eagles after what they did the Bengals last week makes absolutely no sense. And that's exactly why you have to bet it. Because the Eagles look like a juggernaut. They look like what they were supposed to look like last week against the Bengals. Now the Bengals were missing T. Higgins. That's a big deal. And they're also missing a bunch of guys on defense. Kind of a big deal. But the Eagles did exactly what they should do to a team that's undermatched. They smoked them. They just stepped on their fucking throat in the second half. But the fact is, the Jaguars probably won't win this game. More than likely won't win, but they'll cover. Because they have been a covering machine the last 3 weeks in a row. And the Jaguars offense I really, really like, and I still don't trust the back end of the defense for the Eagles. Now, they looked good against the Bengals, but I really, really don't trust the corners. I don't trust the safeties. And I do very much trust Brian Thomas. I do very much trust Evan Ingram. I do very much trust this Jaguars receiving corps. And honestly, I think Trevor Lawrence is better than what he's been. All the shit he's been getting this year, I think he's better than what he's been labeled as, because he's had a tough year. Don't get me wrong, but I think he's going to still be a really good quarterback. Maybe not this year, but next year for fucking sure. Especially once they don't have the GM and the coach fighting each other. But the fact is that I like the passing attack. The defense has looked a lot better. And they went toe-to-toe against the Packers, who are better than the Eagles, in my opinion. Now, all the dumbasses in my comments are going to be like, well, the Eagles beat the Packers. It doesn't matter. The Packers are better. We all know this. There's teams that you play, the teams that play each other, and one team wins, you know that they're better than the team that... They know the team that lost is better than the team that won. This isn't hard to figure out. But the Packers are a better... They're a better team than the Eagles. And they went toe-to-toe with them. I think this is a very similar game. The Eagles will win this game by 3 or 4 points, but 7.5 should be able to cover it. So give me the Jaguars plus 7.5 versus the Eagles. Next, go with the Redskins, minus 3.5 versus the Giants. Now, by the way, this is definitely a square play. It's a homer pick, and it's going to hit. Because the fact is that, first things first, the Skins coming off an emotional win. What a Hail Mary. What a game. I'm still buzzing off that, by the way, as a Redskins fan. But the fact is that they're gonna probably start slow in this game, but they're going to finish fast. I think if you have the Giants at plus anything in the first half, that's also a pretty good play. But I'm going with the Redskins minus 3.5. First things first, I think the biggest factor about this game, no joke, is literally the fact that we beat the Giants in the last meeting. Because as a Skins fan, we've lost to the Giants I think 11 times in a row before we beat them last time. And I think it just gets the proverbial monkey off their back. And the Skins, we have Jaden Daniels. We have a great team. We're healthy. Everything's looking strong. And the Giants, they have Daniel fucking Jones. And if I have Daniel Jones as my quarterback, I'd feel depressed and hopeless as well. And that's how I think this Giants team genuinely feels if you put a lie detector on this team. They don't think they can actually win games because Daniel Jones is there. I feel very, very bad for Malik Neighbors. I feel very, very bad for Dexter Lawrence. I feel bad for, I was about to say Saquon, but obviously he's on the Eagles, but I can see why he left. This Daniel Jones is I think the 26th or 27th best quarterback in the NFL, depending on how you rank them. And he's terrible. And I just don't really see how they do it. The Giants defense looks like it lost all its spirit against the Steelers. The offense does no rhythm to it. I love the Skins day. They're going to win this game by 4 to 6 points. It'll be a tight squeeze, actually, for the cover. But they should win this game. And they're going to go 7-2 and play in Pittsburgh. So give me the Skins minus 3.5 versus the Giants. Next, we're going to go with the Chargers money line versus the Browns. The Browns got a jolt from Jameis last week, man. He was awesome. Jameis is electric. But the thing is with backup quarterbacks, you get a jolt for a game. You don't get them for 2 or 3. And this Browns team is bad. I like the Chargers in this game. They should be able to win this game because of 3 reasons. A, they need this win for playoff contention, so it's going to matter more. The Browns have no chance. Secondly, is that the Browns pass rush is a very, 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 very big weapon for them. The Chargers are going to eliminate that due to how they run the ball. They run off tackle a lot, and they run the ball non-stop, over and over and over and over again. And if they just run at Myles Garrett every time. Now, by the way, Myles Garrett's very good. The first couple of times, he's probably going to stop that run. But if they continually run at him, it's going to slow down his ability to rush the passer because he's expending all of his energy taking on a fucking fullback and Joe Alt or Rashawn Slater, depending on what side he's lined up as. Just keep hitting him over and over and over again. And this Chargers defense has looked very, very good last couple of games. We've all seen how good the Cardinals offense has looked, and they shut them down to 17 points. And they honestly should have won that game. The Saints offense is terrible, but they still held them to I think it was 8 points. I'm forgetting exactly. Maybe it was 8 or 11. I'm forgetting. And if you want to give me a fourth reason, I still believe I'm a believer in Justin Herbert. And by the way, the last couple games, passing wise, he looked really good. And the receivers for the Chargers are starting to grow into their own. So I like the Chargers here on the money line. It's minus 1.5. But I'm just going to take the money line. So it's minus 169. So Chargers, they're winning this game outright. The Browns have no chance. Give me the Chargers money line minus 116. Next, we'll go the Bears money line at plus 108. Now you could put this at plus 1.5 as well, in case there's some fuck shit. I'm just going to bet the money line at plus 108 because I get plus money. And they're playing the Cardinals, the aforementioned Cardinals. And I think it's a bounce back spot. I mean, they got their heart ripped out by my Redskins last week. And I think Caleb plays a lot better in this game, Caleb Williams. The receivers on this team with DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Odunze, Komet should be able to absolutely eat against this Cardinals secondary. This Cardinals secondary is one of the worst in the league. I think they're bottom 7 in the league in basically every single passing against category. Plus the running game for the Bears looked a lot better with Swift and Roschon Johnson. And the Bears' offensive line is getting a little bit better. They're not great, but I think if you can make them be average, they're still really, really solid. Well, this Cardinals team beat a Dolphins team who I have no faith in whatsoever. I mean, zero faith in whatsoever. And listen, they've looked pretty good the last couple of games. They've got some nice wins, but the Cardinals defense is so bad, and I think the Bears offense is going to look good. And this Bears defense, my goodness, they are good. In my opinion, they're a top 8 to 10 defense in the entire NFL. Montez Sweat's a beast, and they've really got a bone to pick after last game. I think they really bounced back here. The sharp money's on the Bears, so I'm rolling with the Bears here, moneyline plus 108 versus the Cardinals. And then we're going to Sunday Night Football. We're going to the over 46.5 in Indianapolis and Minnesota. I think this game is actually going to be really, really good. And first off, Minnesota's defense has been. I'll get to Minnesota's defense in a minute. The Colts defense is terrible. They're bad against the pass, and Sam Darnold's throwing the ball over the place. Aaron Jones is a great receiving back. They've got receivers everywhere with Addison and Jefferson and Aaron Jones in particular. In my mind, Hockenson I think is back as well in this game. So that's going to be a really, really big boost for this Minnesota offense. You have Kevin O'Connell, who's a great coach, offensive coach in particular. They should be able to run all over this Colts team. But when you look at this Minnesota defense in particular, what I was about to say a second ago was they have been figured out in the last 10 quarters. If you watch the second half of the Jets game, the Jets moved the ball up and down that field all day long. And I mean all day long. You watch the Lions game. The Lions did anything they wanted. It didn't even matter. And then when you look at last game with the Rams, we had the Rams, by the way, in that game. The Rams did anything they wanted. They scored 30 points. I mean, they've gone 30, 31, and then the Jets only scored 17, but they're the Jets, and you've seen what they are. This Minnesota defense has been found out because all they do is blitz, and everyone's figuring out, okay, they're gonna blitz. If you expect the blitz and they drop out of coverage, you're gonna have more time than you think because they can't really get to the passer with 4. And the Colts have Joe Flacco back there, not Anthony Richardson. Now, Anthony Richardson's a disgrace for tapping out of a game as a quarterback. That's just unbelievably dumb and horrible, and he should have been benched just for that reason alone. But Joe Flacco is a very, very capable quarterback, even this old. I mean, this Colts offense has looked awesome with him at quarterback. Jonathan Taylor's back. They should be able to run the ball on this Vikings team. Kyron Williams ran all over them last game. And The Colts receivers are actually really, really solid. I mean, you can go down the names. The names don't sound sexy, but they're very, very productive. This game should go way over. Both these defenses aren't very good. Both these offenses are very, very solid, if not good or great. So give me the over 46.5 in Minnesota and Indianapolis here today. Now, like I said, guys, do have 5 members only best bets. You can get those at zdmbets.com/picks. The website is linked in the comments below. But guys, go lock in those picks. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. I'll see you all tomorrow.